Hey everyone, long time no see. It's been about 6 months or so since I last posted a YouTube video, and I removed all the YouTube videos. I didn't remove it, I made them private, and so you'll know why and what everything is happening to all the 150 plus subscribers. Thanks for still being subscribed, and so this video is for you guys, the people who have been following me since the beginning. So I really appreciate you guys. Very grateful for a lot of the Facebook messages of you guys asking me what happened and how's the course, how's everything, how's army, because some of you know that I just went to army on November or something like that, and so a lot of you are concerned, and so thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. So first of all, updates May 2020. At the point of recording right now, it is 30th May 2020, so it's end of the month already. So the tagline is how to scale the six figures without KDP and ACX, and I have the proof. I can actually show it. So I'm pretty transparent about certain things. So if you already know me, I have created a Facebook group, and then yeah, you can see all the results and things like that over there. So let's get started. So warning, this is not going to be a short video, and I'm sick and tired of like the short kind of videos that I made, and I don't know, I just felt that the value wasn't enough. Like I make short videos about description and then about title and all these kind of things. So I feel that these are it would actually confuse some people even more. Like I'm just giving them parts of the puzzle and not giving them the full picture. So I'm sick and tired of all these short videos. What you can expect is long videos like this, but it will be jam-packed with value. And definitely it wouldn't be as valuable as the paid course, which I'm going to put a lot of effort in, and I'll be talking more about that. And this video is not going to sell you, don't worry. It is a lot of value. There isn't a click here to buy now button. I don't have anything to sell you right now. So yeah, grab a cup of coffee, some snacks, and also your notebook and pen. This will be highly valuable, so take some notes and let's get started right away. So first things first, what happened in the past 6 months? I'm going to talk about why I stopped doing YouTube, social media, the online course, self-publishing pro, and all these different things. And also a quick update on publishing business, more specifically my personal publishing business and how it progressed and what I did not do, and things like that. So the third point would be join the self-publishing pro interest Facebook group. So I created a free Facebook group for anyone who wants to join, who wants to learn from me, or who wants to wait for the official course to launch. A lot of updates will be over there. Every week I'll post something very valuable for you guys. And yeah, so that would be for the Facebook group. I'll be talking more about that later on. So lessons learned in the past 6 months, some publishing, some not. And truth to be told, it is actually all related. Like life and business are both linked. So I'll be talking about 15 lessons learned in the past 6 months. And the next point, I'm going to be talking about the timeless publishing blueprint. While it sounds sexy and attractive, please do not skip it till the timeless publishing blueprint, that slide, and then you start listening from there. It's not going to work if you don't have the context. And also, yeah, this is indeed a very powerful concept, and I'm working on it. It is still a work in progress, and I am very, very confident that I can use this and scale the business up very quickly in regards to non-fiction publishing. And so this will be what I will be teaching in the course. Yeah, so stay tuned for that, and also wait for the slides. Yeah, so the next point, why I'm going to scale dramatically quickly in the next 3 to 6 months, is not arrogance but confidence. I have done publishing for over 5 years now. Okay, maybe not over 5 years, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. Yeah, for over 5 years now, nearing the 6 years since I just started, and I would say that my progress sucks because I had a very weak foundation. It was built upon the foundation of fake reviews, and it was built upon the foundation of easy money, low quality books. Just solve one solution, simple solution with your ebook of 5,000 words. And so it was built upon very, very weak foundations, and yeah, so that is a pity. And even when I progress and I learn more, it's also learning more about building up on top of the weak foundation, so it is very bad. Yeah, so okay, the next point, how to scale the six figures and beyond. So these are my plans. I'll share with you how I'm going to do, what I'm going to do, and things like that. So frequently ask questions, those questions in your mind, and yeah, let's proceed. So what happened in the past 6 months? I stopped doing YouTube and course creation, disappeared from the internet largely due to army. So there are some confidential complications regarding army, so I would appreciate it if you don't poke too much into it. as I already said, it's confidential and it's not really about me. It's about army as well. So the next point, I'm really sorry for a lot of you who Facebook messaged me and things like that. I really just disappeared and I uninstalled all the apps from my phone, like all the social media apps and things like that. So it was a time for me to really reflect and think like, what have I done in life? What do I want to do in life? Where would I want to be when I'm 50 years young? Where do I want to be when I'm 80 years young? So I had a lot of time to reflect, think, read, learn, and realign my values, principles, philosophies, vision, mission, and goals in life and business. So one quick example is that for publishing, I didn't know, like nobody taught me anything about values or principles. Everyone just told me about, just do this and then do this and then you get this fixed stuff and then you swap this and all these kind of things. And so as I read more and I learned more, I learned the importance of values and principles. More specifically, I learned it from Warren Buffett. If you already know him, the best investor alive today, about 90 years young this year and still going strong. He just ended his 5 hours long Berkshire Hathaway meeting, and he just sat down here like this with no audience, and he just spoke for 5 hours straight. So very impressive, and he's 90 years young and still super sharp, super alert. So I learned a lot from him. I watched like certain YouTube videos of his. I have watched like 5 to 6 times, and so he talked about integrity, intelligence, energy, which I'm going to talk about later on, which I think, yeah, it really made me think and made me really think about what I want in the future and in the present moment right now. So I eliminated a lot of distractions, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and picked up speed reading, which helped me read 30 plus books. And so a lot of these books I read like 3 or 4 times. The books that are really, really good are The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, and also The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. So you can read them if you want to. They are not short books, but they are truly valuable books. And also, another quick tip for you is that if you want to train your focus, I would recommend you to quit social media as well, unless it is going to help you in your business or it's going to help you in your learning. Yeah, like maybe the Facebook group which I'm going to set up, and there are value in it. Otherwise, you'll just be scrolling and wasting your time. Yeah, so you can download a Google Chrome app called YouTube Eradicator or something like that. So there's a Facebook feed eradicator, there's a YouTube feed eradicator. Basically, when I log into YouTube, www.youtube.com right now, is empty. There's only the search bar. There's no suggestions, there are no subscribed lists, there are nothing coming out, so nothing. So I only go there and I search for what I want, the solutions that I need, and then I just go straight to it. And I have YouTube Premium, so there will be no advertisement. So this is how seriously focused I am right now. And then for Facebook, it's the same. I have no feed, nothing, so I can't see anything. So in the past 6 months, especially earlier this month, like January, February, March, I was extremely unfulfilled in self-publishing, and I was figuring out my why in life. And at the same time, I was figuring out why do I feel so unfulfilled in self-publishing? Why do I feel so unmotivated in self-publishing? And so I was figuring it why, and like why did I do this? Why did I not do this? And all these different things, right? So basically, I had a lot of time for some deep thinking and reflection. So next point. So the good point is that I've learned a bunch of new skills: speed reading, branding, value investing, options, Google Sheets, amongst other skills. So yeah, so I'm currently a father of one amazing daughter, so 3 years young this year, and in July my wife will be giving birth to our second amazing daughter. So truth to be told, I have been using both my daughters as kind of like an excuse for me to escape from all these things. Like, I'm already making an income online, I'm already comfortable, I can provide for them well, and I don't lack money and things like that. So so those are those bullshit excuses I gave for my disappearance, and also for my negligence in not scaling up my self-publishing business to the next level. And so I'm currently 20 years young this year, and having 2 daughters made me really think about like why I want to be when I'm 50 years, when I'm 80 years young. So yeah, there are a lot of thinking in place when my wife told me that I'm going to have a second daughter, a second child. So yeah, I tried the retired life and I hated it. So basically, I watched a ton of movies. I watched movies until like there wasn't enough movies in the cinema and theater. So I watched with my wife, and I felt like I kind of put my wife down as well. She is currently working as a financial consultant, so selling insurance and also savings plan, all these kind of things. So it's a good career, and so I feel that like we have been pulling each other down a little bit, and it's because like the comfort zone and things like that. So I tried the retired life, and it just isn't my thing. Like I never ever want to be retired. I would rather live a life like Warren Buffett and be 90 years young, and I can walk, I can talk, and I can present to people for like 5 hours straight. It's amazing. So I fell in love with Warren Buffett, his philosophy for life, business, and investing. So he shared these main principles which you'll hear again and again later. So it is integrity, intelligence, and energy. And basically, if someone doesn't have the first one, integrity, you want them to be lazy and stupid. You don't want a smart guy who has no integrity and a lot of energy, right? You just don't want that. It's a disaster. And so I was thinking back and I thought through everything. Like, am I doing everything with integrity? And that's one of the main reasons why I stopped doing everything and just like focus and think like what is it, like what am I truly providing value for? What am I not truly providing value for? And just like realigning everything. So I feel that I've gotten much wiser in the business and investing spectrum in life. So I read about 20 plus books about investing, all of them recommended by Warren Buffett, and I read quite a few of them more than once. So yeah, and of course I put my own money in as well. So quick update on publishing business. So now let's get to the meat. So short history. I actually went through to my bank account, and then I see the past 7 years of my bank account. So I started with like $0 in my bank account, right? So I worked part time and I saved like $10,000 in my bank account. So I started in October 2015. That's when I joined a course in Singapore. The course is terribly bad. It got me started from a very bad foundation. But okay, that's something in the past. And I got my first check in August 2016. I think this might be a bit earlier. I didn't get it in August 2016. I think it was like March 2016. So it was $100 to $200, and I got my first 10K month in November 2017, and I have about 500 books by November 2019. So right about when I stopped doing YouTube videos, I have more than 500 books. Yeah, so between 2015 I was age 16 to 2017 I was age 18. I was extremely focused. Like I was laser like focused because in my mind I just wanted to earn 10K a month. Like that was my goal. I wanted to earn 10K a month, 10K a month, 10K a month. So I woke up at 5 a.m. I worked 30 plus hours in the weekends, and I was all in. I was still in school, by the way. So during Monday to Friday I was still in school. I was still doing all the school stuff, and the only thing is that during the breaks I didn't eat with my friends and things like that. I was just like using my laptop. It was a Lenovo laptop which I bought it for $500, and I was just hitting the keyboard and just doing up my books, right? So one very funny instance was that when we are presenting a slide, I was writing an ebook, not writing, I was outsourcing an ebook about sex, so sex positions and things like that. So it was very awkward because they saw a document, a folder that is sex mastery. So that was very terrible, but it was very funny as well. So that was when I was like 16, 17 years young. So my desire to be not poor pushed me hard, and I was extremely driven. So as things progresses, consciously or unconsciously, I realized that something was wrong. The whole review swaps, short books, easy money, 5,000 guaranteed downloads, if you guys know what I'm talking about, least cost, pumping out books, launch strategy, which are not real launch strategy. There are legit launch strategy, but a lot of them are just craps, and they were all catching up. Yeah, so I realized something was wrong. And I wanted to blame others. I wanted to blame the seminars and online courses which advocates for such bad behaviors, and blame the lack of education in regards to values, to principles, to philosophies. And yet I knew that there was only one person to be blamed, and that was me. That was all me. I was the only one to be blamed. I chose to attend these seminars, and in my goal, I didn't think about identity. I didn't think about impact. All I wanted was income. I wanted that 10K a month so badly that I just followed blindly. I was just being a damn good student. Like when they say review swaps for 15 reviews, I really do review swaps for 15 and or more. So that was like back in 2016 or something like that. So nevertheless, from 2017 to 2019, I managed to publish hundreds more books, provided relatively higher quality books, and did things relatively much more honest, and built a tiny brand. So 300 Facebook likes, 5,000 emails. And the funny story is that I am so like I just wasn't built on the right foundation. That the emails I initially had the emails in MailChimp, so I had about 3,000 emails. It wasn't really engaged emails. And so when I was transferring things, I started ClickFunnels. And so when I was transferring things, I actually cancelled my MailChimp accounts and I lost all the emails. I didn't export it out, so it was super stupid. Yeah, so in November 2019, when Army called me up and due to confidential complications, I had to stop everything, and then that's when the magic happened. So 3 to 6 months prior to my enlistment, I set everything up to be as automated as possible. There's a typo there. So aggregate platforms, automated replies, autoresponder. So all these things you can easily set up. You don't even have to use WordPress. Just a Wix and ClickFunnels or just a Wix account can do it. Yeah, with like ConvertKit or autoresponder software. So with $0 in expenses or close to $0 in expenses, is just very low. I fired everyone on Upwork specifically, and it's not recommended, but I did that. So I managed to still make 5 figures monthly. Will be 6 figures this year on aggregate platforms. So it will be 6 figures years just on the aggregate platforms, and more details in the Facebook group. I will post all my income, proof, and all these kind of things. And had my best months in aggregate platforms. It is truly diversified, stable, and secure income. And if you ask me today, can I actually build a brand and make it to 6 figures just based on aggregate platforms? I would say that that is very doable. And if you ask me, I feel that hundreds of people can do it, if not thousands. Like, there isn't a lack of demand in publishing, and a lot of people are saying like a lot of people have been asking me, like, it's getting very competitive, like the courses are selling and things like that. A lot of people are coming in and selling their books, and so is it going to be overcrowded? And so there will never be overcrowding, I feel, in publishing, because you don't want to be in the red ocean where everyone is struggling and doing the keyword research, like how they are doing the keyword research, and also like just doing things based on how they are doing. You want to be on the blue ocean strategy where you are a niche on your own. You're not in the keto diet niche. You are just in this niche on your own. You created a brand, you created a niche, so you are in a blue ocean all by yourself. And when you are able to achieve that, you wouldn't have any lack, you wouldn't have any scarcity. Your fans, your readers will be raving fans, and they will follow you for life. And that's when you know you have created a brand. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I'm trying to achieve right now as well. So screenshots will be posted on the Self-Publishing Pro Interest Facebook group. Sorry, I changed it to Self-Publishing Pro Pre-Launch Facebook group. But yeah, the link will be in the description box below. So go ahead and do join now, in case you forgot later. And just click, there's only one link in the description box below. And more frequent updates and learning lessons will be posted there as compared to YouTube. Yeah, so join there, say hi. I posted another like 30 minutes or so video explaining my income reports, what's happening to Ingram Spark, Graph to Digital, and everything else, Authors Republic, Findaway Voices, my results from all these different platforms, and what's going on there. So my challenge to you right now is, I want to ask you this question. Are you running your self-publishing business with 100% integrity? So that was exactly the same question that I asked myself, and I'm like, no, because the quality isn't there. Like, I wouldn't even read my own books. I have like 500 plus books. I didn't read every single one of them. I didn't make sure that they were value packed, and I actually value added substantially and exponentially more compared to competitors or people in the same market. So okay, so the next part will be joining the Self-Publishing Pro Interest Facebook group, or rather it's Self-Publishing Pro Pre-Launch Facebook group. So you can just type www.facebook.com/groups/SPPPL. So what is this about? This is for people who would want to join my online course, Self-Publishing Pro, when it's launched, for me to carefully scrutinize who I want to expose some of my more private things like account screenshots and best publishing tips too. I don't think that we should make this kind of things public, and it's pretty irresponsible to do so. So that's what I learned. Like, for example, Warren Buffett, when people ask him what does he think of airlines, or like is he going to sell or buy airline stocks and things like that, he will just say no comments. And so I have learned this no comments hack from him. So it's really useful if someone asks you something and you just don't want to say, like, sometimes you have, like, people kind of force you to make things up, so you can just say no comments and keep your integrity. And also, yeah, just certain things you wouldn't want to share publicly, and it's okay to share privately. So when will Self-Publishing Pro be launched? The truth is, I don't know, and I don't want to make false promises, because right now I have 2 focus, and both are very strong, and I only have this 24 hours every single day. And the first focus would be to build an amazing self-publishing business brand. and also the second one is the cost. Yeah, so these are the two main focus right now. And when will Self-Publishing Pro be launched? Truthfully, I don't know, because I don't want to publish a subpar product, a subpar course. I want it to be the best. Like, it's not just the best self-publishing course, but the best course. And I know this is a bold promise from this young little small guy who has like 150 plus subscribers, but I'm going to look back 3 years from now, right? And I look back to this video and I'm going to show it to people like, hey, this is what I said 3 years ago. And so yeah, so this is what I think in my mind. And so I encourage you guys to have the same thinking as well. Like, think back 5 years from now, like when you look back, how are you going to look back in your life? That really helped me a lot. So are you trying to sell me? So that's what a lot of people are going to ask. And yes, definitely, just like how I would craft an irresistible offer and over deliver an amazing end product to readers or listeners in a publishing business, I would bring upon the same integrity and pride to Self-Publishing Pro. If you have something amazing and something that you can charge for, something that you can work full-time for and provide value for, why not charge it and why not sell it to people? And that was the part where like I was also very unclear on like should I was even thinking of posting the entire information that I want to post on YouTube for free. Then I'm thinking, how long would that take? It will probably take me 3 to 6 months to build. So during that 3 to 6 months, number one, I wouldn't be building any more income, and number two, like, what am I doing it for? Like, there isn't any point at all. And yeah, so those are the crazy things that I think about. So why will Self-Publishing Pro be different? So first of all, it is 5 years of my personal experience compressed into days. So timeless principles and philosophies that have withstood the test of time, as opposed to get rich quick gimmicks. So you want to build a publishing business that can last you for 10, 20 years and not just 1 or 2 years. And 10, 20 years is an understatement. I want it to last for my lifetime. So when I'm 80 years young, I'm still receiving income from the work that I did when I'm 22 years young. So everything you need to get from $0 to $10,000 per month and beyond. So if you're a complete beginner, you are covered. And if you are intermediate or advanced, it's even better. Yeah, I feel that my main target audience are people who are making about 5 to 10K a month on self-publishing, and they want to grow to the next level in a way that has integrity. Like, they are really fulfilled in doing what they do, and they love their readers, their customers. Yeah, so possibly exposing my own publishing brand or brands. I probably wouldn't be building that many brands. But yeah, I might be exposing my own publishing brand. Maybe I will write a book myself and publish it with the method which I'm going to share, or maybe I will share one of my pen name which I am building right now, which will be my number one focus right now, which I'm extremely confident to scale it up fast, 3 to 6 months with 100% integrity and 0% short-term gimmicks. So yeah, that's that. What is this Facebook group really about? So Warren Buffett looks for 3 traits when hiring. So I have said that again and I'm going to repeat it again. So number 1 is integrity, number 2 is intelligence, and number 3 is energy. So without integrity, we want someone to be stupid and lazy. And these 3 traits, IIE, has become my top 3 values in business and in life. This Facebook group is about people who are not just blindly chasing after money, but also after genuine impact and contribution. So 15 lessons learned in the past 6 months. Number 1, chasing after money in self-publishing becomes disturbingly unfulfilling after a short period of time. Okay, maybe not a short period of time, maybe after a period of time. And number 2, your self-publishing business is an extension of yourself. How you are, like your values or principles, you are subconsciously, unconsciously, or consciously putting it into your self-publishing business or any other business that you do. And have you ever wondered why one person, he does this business and then he does the next business, he does the next business, and all this business he always succeed, and whereas we have another person who we call shiny object syndrome. This one person always do this business and then do another business and always fails. So it is not about the business model, it is not about the business strategy, it is not about anything about the business, it's about the person. And I think Tony Robbins said it best when he said that the chokehold of every single business is their business owner. I'll repeat that. The chokehold of any business is their business owner. And so a lot of business owners, they don't realize that. And it took me a very long time to actually consume that and chew it and digest it and put it in my system. So I heard that quote about 1 year ago when I attended Tony Robbins' Business Mastery in Netherlands. So it took me a really long time to really think about that and to act on it. So yeah, so that's for point number 2. And point number 3, chase after excellence and success will chase you pants down. So this is a quote from The Three Idiots. If you haven't watched it yet, please go and watch it. The Three Idiots is amazing. So point number 4, don't try or even think about gaming the algorithm or system. Devote your entire time, energy, and being every single day into delighting your customers. So the word delighting comes from Warren Buffett. He always says that businesses who consistently and constantly delight their customers are going to grow big. And so that's a core message from him. So one brand, one niche, one topic, one keyword is more than enough to make 10k per month and then 100k per month and beyond. In the past, it's about keyword researching. You search for these keywords and you see, oh, there's gonna be lesser supply, high demand, and all these kind of things. So all these are really still short-term fads and gimmicks. It's like coronavirus. You can do it, and you are in a very high risk of doing it. Like there are news reports about publishers, self-publishers. I'm pretty sure a lot of them are in the they are the ones who learn the fake review swaps and things like that. So yeah, so you don't have to have 100 books, you don't have to have 200 books, and what you need to do is focus and concentrate all your effort into this one book or these 2 books that are incredibly powerful, that you can put in advertisement money again and again and again, and it keeps producing you income, and you are very happy because you dare to say that this book is what I have published. And even though it's a pen name, you can say that this is my pen name. You will be proud to say that, and not like being shady and like this is I don't really want to share what's my book title and things like that. And that's basically what everyone is, right? Nobody dares to share their book title and things like that, except for a few legit ones like S.J. Scott, Steve Scott from non-fiction space, or Chandler Bott. So these are the real deals. These are the big guys, and they're earning 7 to 8 figures, and they are doing things right. They are providing a lot of value. So yeah, point number 5. So point number 6, it is way more fun and fulfilling to build a business where you strive to do everything to the highest excellence. Aggregate platforms have huge untapped potential that most people kind of know, but 90% will fail at because their fundamentals are poor. The building blocks that make up a book and audiobook. And I would say the building blocks that make up their personality as well. Not to say that anyone is good or bad. It's just the way that the values that they have, the philosophies that they have, they are not even clear about it. And when they go to business and they have a business problem, most of the time it's their personal problem being reflected and highlighted and and being shown in their business. So those are usually the case. And number 8, aim to build a self-publishing conglomerate and aim higher, shoot further, dream bigger. The potential is always there if you look for it. And so this is a big lesson for me. When I first started, it's only just 10k per month, and I achieved that when I'm like 18 or 19 years young. And now I'm 22, and I'm still not making like 100k per month. I should be making 200k per month minimally if I keep growing, if I keep putting in the hard work and worked like how I worked when I first started. So I'm not there yet. So aim higher, shoot further, and dream bigger. So I feel that anyone starting out or anyone who are watching this video, maybe you already have a publishing business and you're making $2,000 to $3,000, and maybe you are already comfortable with that amount. You feel like if you can just maintain it, it's good, and you just want to diversify it to make sure that it's secure and stable. I would ask you to shoot further, dream bigger, because soon you are going to be unfulfilled if money is your only objective. And yeah, basically that's the lesson that I have. It's a big one for me. So number 9, integrity, like interest, compounds over time, and those who make the most money doesn't equate to he or she having the most fulfillment or the highest integrity. Always operate with the highest integrity. So I believe that this point number 9 means that sometimes you have to leave money on the table, or sometimes you have to let go of short-term gains for long-term rewards. So a lot of people in self-publishing, especially, I don't know why, but self-publishing, dropshipping, a lot of all these online business, the foundations are very bad, and a lot of people, they just go in, they want to make some quick bucks and get out. So it is a very, very faulty thinking. And the lack of integrity, as well as integrity, it compounds over time, and over time you are going to feel more and more drained out, and you will have less and less motivation. So start right and do the right things the right way. So point number 10, the best business owner thinks like an investor and the best investor think like a business owner. So this is also a long lesson. I will cover that, but basically you want to think of your self-publishing business like an investor. Like if you're going to invest, let's say $1 million into this business, how would you think? Like would you be thinking of all these short-term gimmicks? Because there are always this conflict. Sometimes the CEO of a company doesn't think for the investor, and the best companies in the world, they think for the investor and also for the end client. So a good example is Apple. Apple did a great job thinking about investors interest, and also about the end consumer, innovating and putting money into R&D. So this is a whole long topic by itself, but I probably read this from one of the investing books that Warren Buffett recommended. It's amazing. So point number 11, some things are too valuable to be traded off. Integrity, inner scorecard, love, family time, focus, discipline. So there are some things that you just wouldn't want to trade off for money. And yeah, so these are the things. So point number 12, comparing yourself to other people is a dick measuring competition, beware. So there are always going to be someone with a longer and bigger dick. Sorry, I'm not very, this is not a very child friendly topic, but anyways, you are probably not a child. So yeah, you get what I mean. Like you don't just see someone making 40k on like ACX or maybe 30k on KDP or something like that, along the lines, and then you are like, ah, fuck, KDP is the way to go, or ACX is the way to go. You just want to stick to your game plan, stick to your blueprint, and then scale that up. You can scale it up slowly, but it will be more stable, and so that's the better way to do it, in my opinion. And point number 13, treat readers, customers, clients like your mother or child and not as a fool. And that's a big one. You probably already know it, and you probably already get it after pounding it again and again. So number 14, don't ever cook and then serve a soup that you will never ever drink. Throw it away. If it tastes like shit, don't serve it to other people, throw it away. And last but not least, the 15th lesson is never allow the opinions of other people to cloud your own righteousness. So this is a tough one, and this is one that I have been struggling with a lot, and I can say that I am starting to get out of it. And this video actually proved that I'm starting to get out of it. I just stopped giving a shit about what other people thinks. And sometimes these are the people from your family, your close friends and things like that. So you just have to stop it. Or like, I will just give you an example. When I first started to publish YouTube videos and things like that, and I started to talk a little bit about mindset and about establishing a relationship with your ghostwriters and things like that, and people, a few like 2 or 3 people actually started to tell me like, hey, like, can you post videos about publishing only and things like that. And my point of view is I don't give a shit, because this is not just about publishing. I feel that this is about a legacy that I want to give to my child in the future. Like, I want them to look back into these videos and learn the philosophies and the principles of not just publishing but in life as well. And I feel that it is interlinked, and it is not an exclusion. Like, it is all causal and cause and effect. Like, you can't be someone who is a terrible husband or someone who is a terrible father, and then you go to publishing and then you do it extremely well with a lot of integrity. It just reflects back, and this is one of the biggest lessons I've learned. And so the opinions of others are going to give you a lot of opinions. You have to stay really focused, and you have to be really focused and disciplined into your own path and your own journey. And that is mastery, right? So okay, let's get to the juicy part. So the timeless publishing blueprint. So I split this up into five parts, 6 parts in particular. So part 1, in-depth and proper research with awareness. So I have a tool. So right now, what I do for publishing is I created a tool for every single process, and this will be the tools that I'll be giving away to students in the self-publishing pro. And all of these are still in beta mode right now. I'm still trying to refine and improve on it. It is very easy for me to use these tools and just and just go ahead and just like put everything in but my goal is for everyone to have excellence when they are using these tools, and there will be suggestions for you, like what is the recommended way for you to put this header, put this title, put this subtitle, put this description and things like that. So the way that I research is AAA research tool. So yeah, so second one is amazing seductive title and subtitle. So I feel that this is really important as well. Nowadays, it's not really about so much about the keyword research. As I said, you don't want to be in a red ocean. You want to be in a blue ocean where you are niche, you are a keyword, you are a title of yourself. And is it possible to get there? My answer is that yes, it is possible, but it takes much more work and it takes someone with a lot more stamina, someone with a lot more energy to actually push through the short term gimmicks and all these kind of things. Yeah, so because even in today's world, there are still a lot of people using very very short-term gimmicks for for Kindle, for paperback, for audiobooks. Like all the fake reviews and everything, they are still prevalent. They're still there, and it's obvious. We can just go in there and we can see it anytime. And yeah, and so you have to have enough energy, clarity, and also awareness, consciousness to push through all this. So part 3, crafting of books outline with love and reader in mind. So this is the book creator tool. So I created a tool where you are going to craft everything out in Google Sheets. It's going to be neat, it's going to be organized, and your writers are going to appreciate you. It's going to be made so well that if you are the writer, you are going to be able to write this out with ease. And yeah, that's the goal, right? Like you can have two options. Number one is you can write it yourself, and number two is that you can outsource it for other people to write it. So this book creator tool will help you. And creating symbol description, the description tool. So symbol, what does it represent and where did I learn it from? I actually learned it from this guy called Louis Mocker. You may have seen him in social media. So symbol actually means seductive, irresistible, no-brainer offer. So you want the description to be so alluring and so seductive that the reader just cannot say no. Like they have to say yes to this offer. And it's not just a description, it's an offer. It's a 24/7 sales machine. So that is very important as well. And point number 5 is to outsource wisely. So I have script and I have script for that as well. So for what I feel is very crucial in publishing right now is that I want everything to be made to the maximum excellence, and in order to do that, I have to have a system. I have to have a process where if I die today and someone else have this package of things, they are able to replicate what I do, and they are able to get the same results or better results. So that's what I'm trying to create, and so it's going to be a lot of work, but again, that's what it takes to achieve excellence in the right way. So number 2, 4, 6. So the 6th point is to edit intelligently. So there's also the script as well, and also sweat equity. You want to read every single book like your name is on it, because eventually you probably will want to publish a book under your own name. I read a report somewhere that is very interesting that most people actually wants to have their own book under their own name, but a lot of them, they just give bullshit excuses like it's too difficult, they are just not cut out for it, and all these other things. So that is for editing, and as you can see, it's not complex at all. It's not complex, it's all very simple. They are simple but yet not easy, and you will understand why. Like I can actually spend about 1 hour talking about just title and subtitle. I can actually spend 1 hour giving you like maybe 100 cover designs and tell you which is good, which is bad, and like that might be the things that I will do inside the course, because it's not so much about giving you the information. You have all the information, you have all the strategy. The key things is doing everything well, and doing everything with a system, and also building the foundation of yourself and your business. Because if your own foundation is poorly built up, like you don't have the focus, you don't have the energy, you don't have the discipline, it's going to reflect in your business. You are going to slack on the free bonus, you are going to slack on the free offer, you are going to slack on the email automation, you are going to slack on providing more information, more value to your readers, to your clients, to the end consumer. So okay, irresistible free offer. You want them to be able to say, oh man, I need this, and I'm going to give my email for this, and I'm not going to unsubscribe because this is so good. So you want them to have that kind of reaction. So it's equivalent to if let's say today I tell you, okay, so if you join my email list today, I'm going to give you all these tools and all these checklists and scripts. Would you give me your email address? Yes, right? Obviously, it's a no-brainer. So you want to have that kind of seductiveness, and obviously, it's not going to be so exaggerated, like you're not going to give so much for free. But what if I just give you the irresistible free offer tool for free in exchange for your email? Would you be keen on giving me that? And you'll be like, yeah, hell yes, why? And you have to think through why would you be wanting to give me the email address for that tool when you don't even know what the tool is about? So number 2, there are 2 points. Number 1 is the curiosity. You are like, the irresistible free offer tool, what the heck is it? And so like there's the hint of uncertainty and curiosity, and it gets people excited. And number two is the perceived value of it. So the free offer, whatever value that you want to come out with, you can say that it's worth $997, but who will believe you? The thing is, how do you make it seems like it's worth $997 that your readers doesn't have to question you? Instead, they ask you, why are you giving away so much for free? So that is irresistible free offer. And burn like charcoal, this is like my motto right now: burn like charcoal. For life, for business, for health and fitness, for everything, is burning like charcoal. So in specifically, this is going to be the email automation tool. And so you want to have your book sell not just this year, not just 2 years later, not just only during the launch, but day after day, week after week. Ideally, hour, every single minute, there are someone purchasing the book. And every minute is pretty exaggerated, but every hour is doable, and every day is much more than doable. So the third point, launch your rocket. So this is still under part one. So launch your rocket. So this is the ebook launch checklist. So for ebook launch, there are going to be a launch. For the paperback, there's going to be a launch. For the audiobooks, there are going to be launched as well. So you just want to take note, like every single like don't just treat one book into three formats. Treat each format as a distinctive ASIN by itself, or distinctive thing by itself. It's not just one thing split into three, it's three different things. Yeah, and it is possible to get a reader to purchase all three of it, right? Like, I mean, if I'm a raving fan of something, I'll get all three of it. For example, I do get something and I will want to get all three of them. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, The Intelligent Investor. I'll get all three of them. It's so amazing. Yeah, so Green and Lean, the AMS ads tool. So there's this thing that a lot of people are confused about, and a lot of people are getting great results from it, and so they post the screenshots, and then there's just a lot of cloudiness in this, right? So what I will teach in the course is how to get straight to the point, and I'm going to show it to you how to get straight to the point, and then just don't complicate things, make things as simple as possible. And there's this law, the law of maximum simplicity, which basically just kind of means that the simpler it is, the more efficient it is. You don't want something to be so complex. When it's so complex, you wouldn't do it, you don't know what to do about it, right? So you want to get everything as simple as possible, and that is what the whole self-publishing pro is about as well. So part 2 is about paperback. So Feel the Amazing Book, the paperback book cover script. So like every single process, there's a script, and a lot of them has been done up already in beta mode, so I just have to tweak it and optimize it as well. So point number 2, Seeing is Believing, the paperback book formatting script. So again, everything is done to the highest quality. You wouldn't want to slack on anything. For example, right now I already have the new brand in progress already, and all the designs are made from 99 Designs. The writers are all the best, so I just want to get the best of everything and do everything right, build a strong brand, and hopefully in the future I can show you what the brand is. Ideally, I want to show my own name. So I will publish books under Tommy Cock, and it's definitely going to be about business and investing. That's my passion. That's what I love. That's what I want to teach and be known for. So yeah, I'm excited for that as well, and it will be an opportunity for me to write my own book and record and document down that journey as well. So okay, back to the point. Point number 3, launch a rocket. So again, you want to launch again when you publish your paperback book, because you don't want to just launch both at the same time. You want to launch your ebook first, and then you want to do some tweaks, and then launch your paperback, and then it's a launch. It's like a separate thing of its own. So Green and Lean, the AMS ads tool. So part 3. Part 3 is the audiobooks, and Poke the Passerby. What does it mean? So it is just the audiobook cover. You want it to be seductive, irresistible. You want it to be the best of the best, because there are so many noises out there, and you must be able to cut through the noise with laser sharp focus, so that it's like your audiobooks is screaming out to the consumer, and they just need to click it. They need to know what is inside. And that is the kind of that's the kind of standards that you must be playing at in 2020 and beyond. That's what I feel. If you want to have long-term success of having like 6 figures per month or more, that's ultimately the goal minimally, right? Like you want to be able to hit the kind of insane success that nobody dreams of. And yeah, so 1% listened equals to 100% sold. So this is the audiobook creation. This is all the retail samples and things like that, where people can only listen to maybe a few minutes, 5 minutes of your audiobook, and why must they buy it? Why must they purchase it right away? What's the urgency? And so launch your rocket. So it's a checklist. It's going to be like, basically they are going to be scripts, checklists, and tools. And so this is going to be another launch of your audiobook. And so Green and Lean, the Facebook ads tool for your audiobooks. Yeah, so these are just what I currently think of in place. And so there are definitely going to be a lot more. I predict that the publishing course, self-publishing pro, is going to be minimally 50 hours, in the minimally. So it's going to be very, very value packed and value jammed. It's really going to be a study of itself, and so it's going to take a long time, which is why I say I don't know when. I say, when is it going to be launched? So just join the Facebook group and just enjoy the information for now. So part 4 is to keep track, observe, study, learn, optimize, maximize, build the one brand, move on, repeat. So there are the tools for that as well. So the way that I track everything, I have a Google Sheet. So it is called the Publishing Empire, and I have a logbook as well of everything that you learn and all the process. So part 4 is just about rinse and repeat. So you just want to keep repeating, publish more, and I don't want to get too insane with this. You wouldn't want to publish too quickly. Like, I would recommend people to start with one book first and then go to the second book, not 2 or 3 books at a time. And so I feel that right now, how we have to treat the customer would have to be very different as compared to a long time ago, where we can just market to them and then they will just buy it. Like, people who want to see your brand again and again and again before they purchase it, and you must make them a raving fan of a book, because if they are not a raving fan, they are probably just someone, just a reader, and you don't want that. You want them to love your book. You want them to be like, wow, thank you so much, and how can I give back to you? And that's when you ask them, oh, give me a review. So that is part 4. And part 5, it is manifesting raving fans, sharpening the saw, prepare for exit, and diversify. So what does each of these means? So manifesting raving fans, you want and you must make them be engaged with you. If they're not engaged with you, they will never be a raving fan of yours. They must be deeply and immensely engaged with you. And how do you do that? It is the Facebook group, the Facebook page, the emails, the campaigns, and all these different things. And you don't want to keep selling them. I feel that that's a very big error. Like, a lot of not a lot, but some people, they say that your book is just a start, and then you can sell them behind, and then you sell them over and over again, have a like 100 or 200 days automation, and just sell them the next thing. I don't feel that is the right way to do it. Maybe that's not non-fiction, because a lot of people, they are just trying to be affiliates with like ClickBank, and then just keep selling different kind of products all the time. That's a different model by itself, the affiliate marketing model, but I doubt that it will work well with self-publishing. So sharpening the saw, you want to get better and better every single time. Like, you want your next book to be the best book you have ever done up. So you want your first book to be the best book, the second book to be the best book, the third book to be the best book. So you just want to keep raising your standards and keep sharpening the saw. Like, how you do your research, how you do the title, how you do everything, description, how you do the sales, the launch, and everything. And so it is more of an art than a science, because everyone will approach it differently. And point number 3 is prepare for exit. And I think this is a big mistake that I made. I'm very messed up. Like, a lot of the books and audiobooks are everywhere. I have a few KDP account, a few ACX account. I have 3 Authors Republic account. And so everything is everywhere. It's not like this brand has, with this email address, is have this specific account, and then this specific account. So, like, I'll give you an example. Like, maybe I have a brand on health and fitness, and I will just create healthandfitness@gmail.com, and under healthandfitness@gmail.com, I would have the ACX account, I have the KDP account, I would have the Authors Republic, I would have the whatever nonsense it is inside, and then that's that. Like, I wouldn't publish nonsense inside these accounts, and it's just for that one brand. And if you do that, and you do that well, and you do that consistently with excellence, you are able to exit. And if you're earning about 10k per month, you can sell the account for maybe 300k. If you are making 100k, you can sell the account maybe for $3 or $4 million. So that is the mistake that I made. Yeah, so you may not want to sell your account because you love publishing and you love doing all these things so much, but again, you want to prepare for exit because you never know, you just never know. And this comes back to the thinking like an investor when you're doing business and thinking like a businessman when you're an investor. So yeah, this is thinking like an investor when you are doing business. And part number 4, diversify. It is pretty obvious. When I say diversify, it does not mean losing focus, and so don't misunderstand the two. I am insane about getting the maximum focus right now. I track every 30 minutes of my life. So it is all about focus, and at the same time, right, for diversification, you want to just make sure that you are making the full use of every single masterpiece that you have. Like this ebook that you have is a masterpiece, this audiobook that you have is a masterpiece. It's not just another ebook or audiobook, and so you want to make sure that you are making the full use of them. So yes, so part 0, so these are the prerequisites, is get clear on branding, the branding tool. So you want to make sure you know what are your color codes, what are the fonts that you use, and all these different things. It's just building a brand. You are building a brand, and that's what you are doing. And so a simple website, Wix website. I don't recommend WordPress at all. WordPress is a mess, and you don't want to custom code it. It's wasting too much time, and all these are the prerequisites. You don't want to spend too much time on this, and at the same time, like what Einstein said, things should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. So if you skip all these, then it's messed up as well. So simple way to contact: Gmail plus Wix account setups, all your KDP, ACX, Upwork, any autoresponder service, it doesn't matter. Other essential accounts like your Draft to Digital, your Authors Republic, or maybe Find Away Voices, depending on where you are in your publishing journey, right? So you have other accounts, Book Funnel, Booksprout, and all these different things. So Facebook page and group, so gathering ARC readers, advanced reader copies. So these are basically the readers that read your books before it is published, and also initial reviewers. So all this you can build it up, and there's a way to do it as well. So yeah, so the timeless publishing blueprint, I feel that this summarizes it pretty well in the sense that the philosophy and the principles are inside this PowerPoint slide. So you may want to print this out and then paste it on your work desk or something. It's a great reminder, I feel. It's a great reminder for why we are doing what we are doing, and also not just chase for the short-term profits. So step 1, we start from amazing product. So you can see the Kindle e-reader over there. So world-class writer, laser-sharp editor, perfectionist formatter, irresistible narrator, 99 designs. So I feel that 99 designs ultimately still creates the best results. I have used them recently, and it's amazing. Like, you can choose from so many different options. If you don't know what it is, simply visit 99designs.com and you can just see what they are about, how it works and things like that. So next, from amazing product, you want to have a symbol. So symbol is seductive, irresistible, no-brainer offer, and you want to have a lot of energy, right, in doing all this. And so that's the fire icon, and a lot of energy, a lot of love for your readers, and be readers obsessed. And so that will be the pre-launch, the rapport building, the undefeatable copywriting. And so there is a small sneaky icon of a Durex over there. So that's the loop. So you want to seduce them so much. You want to be so irresistible and seduce them so much that you have a powerful launch, and when you launch, it's like boom. And yeah, that can do it for nonfiction as well. You can do it for nonfiction. And so unignorable ads, orgasmic release, and ARC readers. So the next one will be rinse and repeat. So you just want to rinse and repeat. So this will be the same process for your ebook. This will be the same process for your audiobook, for your paperback book. And so I think this really sums it well. And also you can see the building blocks below. Those are the foundation that you want to build it on. You want to build it on strong foundations. So you want to build it on strong systems, a good system. You want to build it with high values. You don't wanna compromise on your values. You wanna do it with high integrity, high levels of integrity. You wanna have the right automations in place, and you don't wanna be over redundant with your automations. You just wanna everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. So you just wanna make sure that the essentials are there, and the way that you add value and over deliver are there, the automations. Number 5, branding. Get clear on branding. So you want to make sure you know what are your color codes. You want to make sure that you know what your brand is about, and you want to be sure that you're 100% honest. If you are like 19 years young and you don't want to create a brand and say that you are a researcher for 35 years, and you have treated, you're a surgeon and things like that. You don't want to do this kind of sketchy shit, because it's what it is a representation of yourself. Imagine if someone is holding a camera today and he is filming your life today, and would you be like, how would you feel? Like, would you feel that, oh shit, like I'm exposed, or would you feel that, okay, sure, come, I would love to see it? So you want to have the reaction of, I would love to see it, and not like, oh shit, I'm exposed. Because if there's nothing to expose you of, then you don't have to be afraid. Yeah, and that's a big lesson I learned as well. And also, build it on the foundation that you are there and you are ready to create raving fans. You are over there, you are ready to delight your reader consistently. And all this might seem very philosophical and very non-publishing related-ish, but I would say that these are the most important ones. These are the most important things, and results will show. Results will show. You can join the Facebook group. Please join it. The link is in the description below. And also on Strong Research, you want to make sure that you research not just on a surface level. You want to go deep. You want to delve deep. You want to know what questions they're asking, what pains are they feeling, what dreams and goals do they have. And when I mean they, I mean the readers, and readers or clients. I use them interchangeably. So you just want to make sure that you do your research and you understand them even better than they understand themselves. And you're like, wow, that is so much work. So that's what it takes. And truthfully, when you do everything with integrity, when you do everything with high values, and you have good systems, automations, you know your brand, you are ready to create raving fans, and you do your research, you will feel you enjoy it. Like, I love doing all this right now. I used to hate it, I used to detest it, I used to be like, fuck, I don't need branding, I'll just follow the step-by-step method, and then do the swaps and things like that, and I'll just get results. That's like the 2016 2017-ish stuff. And then in 2018 2019 there were the audiobook promo codes and things like that. So all these are really redundant, and all these are like noises once you get clear on what you are here to do, what you are here to provide, and the value that you can add. And so all these are like, we're just pum, you just swipe away all the noises away, and you're like very focused. So why I will scale real quick in the next 3 to 6 months, and how you too can, should, and must. And why I say this is because most people, they do not have success because they procrastinate, and eventually they find some bullshit excuse for themselves, blaming about this situation or that situation. And a lot of the times we are not aware of that, and that is the deadly trap. Like, we are not aware that we are giving ourselves this kind of excuses unless we really go to the dark side and go really deep on ourselves and see, hey, why is this happening, what is this happening, what is really happening, and the cause and effect. What am I doing that caused this effect? And you want to not be a victim of cause and effect, but you want to cause the effects. Does it make sense to you? You want to be the one that determines the effect, and then therefore you will do the cause, you will do the actions. So my foundation is built and set. So integrity, principles, philosophies, focus, discipline, skill sets. And I put an asterisk over there because I feel that this is key. A lot of the times people ask, how can I scale my publishing to 10k and above? There are a lot of Facebook messages like this. And so the thing is that if you are focused enough, if you are disciplined enough, and you have what it takes to go to 3k a month, and if you do it the way with integrity, then all you just gotta do is just triple the amount of productivity that you have, which is very easy for most people. Just stop the social media, stop all the things that waste your time. And yeah, I don't go out much. I mean, right now we can't really go out much for circuit breaker, and I don't spend so much money in relatively. And also, yeah, I don't waste so much time. And right now I'm just laser sharp focused. I know what I'm doing, and I'm sharp. I know this will work, and I'm just doing what works and what's right. So point number 2, I have a stable income. So I recommend everyone also to have a stable income. Like, if you are making only 2 to 3k per month in publishing, don't just quit your job first. Still work full time, and it somehow builds your hunger, so that when you have the extra time, you are like maximizing your time and you are not wasting time. So you want to have a stable income, because if you have responsibilities, like maybe you are a parent, or you have parents to take care of, then you must make sure that your basic needs are covered, so that you will not be desperate. And when you're desperate, it reflects when you goes into publishing and you do your business, you build up your business, and your desperation is going to be reflected in the market as well. So inspired work and not scraping for nickels and dimes. So you want to make sure that you are having a long-term view and you don't mind sacrificing the short-term rewards or having short-term pain as well. And that's the truth, right? That's the truth that nobody wanna say. Like success is equivalent to sacrifice. So if you don't sacrifice, it's very, very difficult to have success, and it's a difficult things to get around. And I understand that because I've gone through the whole thing of not having sacrifices, which is amazing about passive income. Like once you build it up, it's over there. Yeah, and so self-publishing is an amazing semi-passive income source, which you don't really have to do much work. It's just right there, it's producing income because it is royalties. The the foundation of the income is royalties. It's not consulting services, it's not any services, it's royalties, and royalties are one of the best income out there, I think, side by side to dividends. So that's that. And number three, amazing scalable business model, the timeless publishing blueprint. It is still work in progress. So what I just saw is just what I could think of in about 30 minutes to 1 hour's time, and I just put everything from my mind to the PowerPoint slides. So it is going to be way more amazing, I would say. And so it is very scalable as well, because when you're doing things with integrity, you don't have to be afraid. And yeah, I feel that if you are doing review swaps and all this, how much can you scale? The more you earn, the more you are scared of, right? So a lot of you might have experienced that as well, which is why what I said resonate with you pretty much a lot. So very clear on systems, processes, and tools. So I know how to make all these tools now. I know how systems should work. I know how certain processes should be like, and so I have a lot of leverage as compared to the me 2 years ago or 3 years ago, where I'm unrefined, where I'm like a unrefined diamond, and I don't know how to make full use of Google Sheets, how to create certain tools, how to outsource certain things, how to be smart on things, how to save time, how to optimize and maximize. And also compounded wisdom and experience, 5 years of some wins and tons of mistakes. So I have made the mistakes as well, account terminations and things like that. It's not like I'm perfect and things like that. It's just I don't talk about things on YouTube that much, and trust me, like most people, they don't talk about their failures that much. And what I really want to hear from a master is their failures, because if I can protect my downsides, I am pretty much sure of my upsides. It's what Warren Buffett says when he says the rules of investing. There are two rules. Rule number one, do not lose money. Rule number two, do not forget rule number one. So it is about protecting your downsides. It's not so much about building the upside. So it's not about how can I make it 10k per month. It's about how can I make sure that my readers are delighted every single time and they do not leave me negative reviews. Something along the lines. That's the way you should be thinking. It should be inverse and not and not about the upsides. It's like when you're investing money, you don't think about how much can I earn, but how much may I potentially lose. So that's the whole logic behind it. And the last point right here is extreme clarity on who I want to serve in my publishing business, certainty. So yeah, the new brand that I'm building, I'm very sure. So like the two focus that I have, I am very sure. Like number one is you. So these are the people that I want to build a course around, and also in the future I'll have more products like books, audiobooks, and all this. So why not, right? You can have a course, and then the books and everything are leading up to the course. Yeah, just make sure that you know what you're talking about and you are able to delight and over deliver to the consumer. And the second one is a publishing business, which is something which I've been refining a lot already. So it should be pretty obvious. Like I have been reading so much investing books, so much business books, and so investing in business. So nothing to hide there. But yeah, so these two, I am very clear on who I want to serve, the profile of people, my target audience, and things like that. So how to scale to 6 figures and beyond with integrity. So it is not going to be the conventional like step 1 do this, step 2 do this, step 3 do this. And so bear with me. And also, if you are able to conceptualize all this, and if you are able to really understand and really consume and also make this part of your system, it is going to be the most valuable thing you can get out of this video. So number 1 is know yourself. Number 2 is recreate yourself. Number 3 is know your blueprint. Simply an organized checklist of what works. You want to know like what is the criteria for an amazing description. You want to know what could make a description fail. You want to know all the tiny little details. You want to know like what works, what words actually trigger a buying hit from consumers. And yeah, so that is about a blueprint. If you don't have a blueprint, you can't scale, because every single time it's going to be something different. I'll give you a good example, McDonald's. So can you imagine that if today you go to McDonald's, you eat the fries, it tastes like this, and then tomorrow you eat the fries and it tastes different. So it's going to be weird, right? So they have a blueprint for doing the fries, for how long should it be fried for. Like, it's all systematized over there. They have the machines and things like that. So every single time is consistent. So yeah, know your blueprint. And number 4, execute on your blueprint with maximum focus and discipline. I see this happening all the time, and I see a lot of people making a little bit of money on self-publishing, and they're like, how can I get out of this and go to drop shipping and or like other things. So all these new gimmicks and new fads are going to be very attractive for these people, and they are not able to sit down, focus, have the discipline, and just do the work, type the things, da 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 da. And so the people who can do this, they have amazing results. The people who can just sit down, focus, have the discipline, and then just produce amazing work, and also provide a lot of value with courage, without being afraid of what other people think of you, because they know that they are producing good work and they know that they are doing their best. So yeah, execute on your blueprint with maximum focus and discipline. And number 5 is maximize your time, rinse and repeat. I'm pretty sure that for you watching right here, you are able to maximize your time a lot more. So the secret to scaling a publishing business is not about, it's not any secret at all. It's just cutting down on bullshits in your life, and also to saying no to more things, so that you can say yes to the one thing that works, and then you just go head on with it, and yeah, maximize the time. So know yourself, recreate yourself, know your blueprint, execute on your blueprint with maximum focus and discipline, maximize your time, rinse and repeat. So frequently asked questions, those in the mind. So first of all, before I go to the FAQ, a lot of people, they have been sending me Facebook messages about different questions. So I just want to say that a lot of these questions are what's in the FAQs. And yeah, let's get started. So question, hey Tommy, so what's your plan right now? High quality books, 30 to 50,000 words. So this is contrary to what I said previously of like 10k words is enough. And so yeah, things have changed. Non-fiction, and build an insane brand around it. Important things will be created and crafted with excellence. 99 designs, paying more for writers, spending more sweat equity, etc. And having more focus, discipline, basically. And if you ask me about the word count, it's really not important. It doesn't matter if your word count is 10k, 15k, 20k, 25k, 50k, 40k. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it is enough. It is enough to bring the point across and bring the lessons to your end consumers or your end readers. And so yeah, it is not about hitting the audiobook listening, like make it 3 hours or so. And yeah, it's not about making it like 3 hours long or 6 hours long, so that you can price it more expensively in a way. So if you're thinking about that, right, it is contrary to what the principle of being reader obsessed is. And so yeah, everything affects everything else. So now I hope you can see how it all plays out. If your values and principles aren't strong, and then a lot of things will be compromised, and so eventually the results to the end consumer will be compromised, and that's not what you want. Yeah. So yeah, next point. So how much are you making monthly right now? So I can tell you 6 figures in profits annually. I'm not 7 figures, not near 7 figures at all. So I will share what I've been growing and diversifying in the Facebook group with screenshots. So it is really minimal work in the past 6 months. For those of you who have been publishing in like maybe a platform like Draft to Digital, you know that there isn't much things to do. Like you can't really do much things as well. And at the same time, like there are the strategies to scale those things up, which I will be exploring in the course as well, and in my own business as well. So yeah, that's that. I definitely could do much better. I started in 2015 August or so, and so it's been so many years, and yet I am still not doing as well as I could. Like for me, I feel that I could be at least making 1 to 200k per month minimally, and that is a far fetch from where I'm from. And at the same time, where I'm at is very comfortable. It takes care of everything. I have a comfortable car. You know, I provide well for my family and things like that. I'm able to give my grandparents money every single month. So yeah, so you have to really get out of the comfort zone. It is very tricky. So what are your best advice for aggregate platforms? So I'll list it in the few points below. Make sure to join the Facebook group, because a lot of the other things will be explained along with the screenshots that I will post. Yeah, so fundamentals is key. Cover, description, keywords, title, value, quality. So these are what I have been pounding on, keep repeating, and so I hope that what you gain from this video is a thinking, is some sort of thinking, and you have some thinking time where you are like questioning yourself whether you are doing things the right way, whether you are enjoying what you're doing. And yeah, so fundamentals is key. You can fight for the best selling list with your books with Facebook ads plus email list relatively easily. So platforms like Google Books, Apple, Kobo, Script, focus on one only. And what do I mean by that? In short, I'll explain this in depth when I do the course. You are able to run ads into these different platforms, and the competition is so low, and you can have 0 reviews and people will buy from you, and they will leave reviews for you, and it's a whole positive feedback loop all over again. And so yeah, it's just success fits on success. And so what I say on focusing on one only is you don't want to run Facebook ads on Google Books, on Apple, on Kobo, on Script all at the same time. So these are like the bigger, smaller platform on in the US other than Amazon. Other than Amazon, right? So you want to make sure that you focus on one only. And yeah, so the third point is know your own blueprint or strategy. If your main focus is ACX revenue, focus on it. You don't have to listen to anything that I say about Final Wave Voices and Autos Republic. If you know that it's going to work, just focus on it, scale it up, and let the aggregate platforms roll if you have some of the audiobooks or ebooks out there or paperback books. But understand that there's always an opportunity cost. So you only have like maybe 5 hours of working time every single day, and first of all, the 5 hours working time for most people is going to be unfocused because they're tired after work and things like that. They're already checked out already. And so you only have like maybe 1 to 2 hours of being really focused, sitting down and typing and just doing great work with the time that you have, great and deep work. And so if you do not know your blueprint, if you do not know your strategy and you're confused and you have to spend like the first 30 minutes planning things out, like, oh, what am I going to do today? Then it's going to be very messy. It's going to be very messy. You're not going to spending your time productively, and you're not going to be focused and disciplined. You're going to be even more shaky, and you might check your Facebook, see what's other people doing, and maybe see some screenshots of other people's income and things like that. So yeah, just know your blueprint and understand that there's always an opportunity cost. And point number 4, nevertheless, there's huge potential in aggregate platforms, and you can drive 10k per month just purely from focusing on one aggregate platform by driving traffic to the smaller retailers. And when I say driving traffic, right, there are a lot of ways. You don't have to pay for traffic. You can have traffic from your email list, and traffic are just people, right? You can have traffic from your email list, and that's big, right? If you have an email list, you can just send them, hey, like I have this book that is on this platform, it's great, it's amazing, you don't have to pay for anything, just let me settle it for you and things like that. And the rules are less stringent in the other platforms. So I haven't utilized the huge potential that I say, and at the same time I have gotten pretty good results from just letting it roll, being passive, and just letting it grow month after month. That will be what most people would experience on platforms like Draft to Digital. They just notice if you're making $100, you probably wouldn't make $50 the next month. You'll probably make like $150, and it will just keep rolling a little bit more, provided that you provide pretty decent work. Like if all your books are shit, then it's still gonna be shit results. It's going to be shittier and shittier. So that's the negative feedback loop. And so point number 5, all the aggregate platforms are pretty much all good. I wouldn't say that there's one that is like exceptional, like it's going to give you a lot more money and things like that. It just doesn't work that way. So Draft to Digital, Publish Drive, Ingram Spark, Final Wave Voices, Autos Republic, Lulu, Smashwords. In the Facebook group, I also mentioned an ebook platform which I made over $1,000 this month. So decent, I would say, not bad. So make sure to read up and know what each of the platforms' pros and cons are. Like, you don't want to skip the important parts. I see a lot of people, they just want recommendations and they don't actually go to drafttodigital.com and then reading up the rules, reading up the FAQs and things like that. I mean, these are important. You want to know your business inside out. You want to be the best person for your business, and you want to be able to work like there's like 10 people working in the business, right? That's the minimum you want to achieve. So you must know things inside out, and yeah, those knowledge is going to help you in the long run. So keep reading all these different platforms. In fact, maybe one homework that I can give you is to go ahead and read Draft to Digital, Publish Drive, Ingram Spark. Read up all their rules and regulations, FAQs and things like that on all these different platforms that I've mentioned. So yeah, it doesn't hurt to create an account in every single platform. It's all free, so you don't even have to publish any book. You can just log in and see the dashboard and see like, oh, how does this look like, how will it look like, do I like this, do I like that more, and things like that. So yeah, it's just exploring a little bit, and don't waste too much time on this, but it doesn't hurt to create an account in every single platform. So the next point is know what and why you are doing and what you are thinking of doing. So again, for aggregate platforms, don't mess things up. Like for example, Draft to Digital is very strict regarding non-publishing of bundled ebooks. So they don't actually allow bundled books to be published on their platform. So they have the Draft to Digital print, which is their paper book version. So they don't allow bundled books. They don't allow ebooks to be bundled and sold on Draft to Digital as well. So just know certain platforms, know all the aggregate platforms, and if you have a question, just ask them. They will be the best person to answer you. Don't ask like your I mean, I would rather you ask them than ask maybe your publishing coach or whatever coach that you have for all these different aggregate platforms, unless it's something more technical, which I can pretty confidently tell you that all these platforms, they do their work, and so it's pretty much similar across the board. Like they help you to distribute across all these different platforms, and that's what they do, right? And they do their job well, and yeah, that's what I can share with you. So how do I scale up from 2k to 10k per month? And my answer is eliminate distractions, be more productive, and repeat what you have done to get to 2k. Things should be done faster and better every single time. If what you have been doing is out of integrity, don't scale things up, because it's going to be even more messy and you're going to feel even shittier, like when you scale things up using fake reviews and shit like that. So restart and do everything right. Integrity pays off huge dividends in decades to come. And so that's what I truly believe in. That's what I'm going to prove, and that's what I'm going to be known for, and that's what my reputation will be on the line for. So how much are you making monthly right now? Okay, so this is actually repeated. I actually mentioned that already. So the next question is Authors Republic or Find a Way Voices better? So again, all these platforms, they do their own work, so both are differently good. My recommendation would be to start with Find a Way Voices and then use Authors Republic too. Why? The sales channel targeted has a distinct difference. So Hoopla will drive the main bunch of your revenue in Authors Republic, and Biblioteca, I don't really know if that's what you say, but Biblioteca is going to be the main driver of the revenue in Find a Way Voices. So it's two different platforms. But again, if you have one audiobooks, don't publish on both the platform. You're messing shit up, and yeah, don't do stupid shit. And so super tip, email Authors Republic to have your account to be given 80% royalty instead of 70% after the first month's royalty payment. Please ask and not demand. So I hope that I do not spoil any shit for Authors Republic, but yeah, if you are earning like 2 to 3k per month, I feel that it is very fair for you to ask them to have your account be given 80% instead of 70%, because Find a Way Voices provides us 80%, and it is like a fair request, and I have asked that, so I am a good person to say that you can do it, right? So is Spanish, German, Portuguese publishing profitable? So is non-English book publishing profitable? Huge potential. So I've known people who have done very well in it, and I've done it broken even, and at the same time, it is not my main focus right now. And again, this comes back to opportunity cost and sunken cost. So basically what it means that there is always something that has the highest profit potential, so high profit actions. You want to always be asking yourself, what is the highest and most profitable action, or the most meaningful things that I can do today? So yeah, it's just a snowball effect. Like if you are doing things right and you have integrity, you are going to have more income, more impact, and you are going to have a better sense of identity about yourself. And usually it starts with identity, and so this is your values, your principles, and your philosophies. So I hope this is making sense to you. So the next question, what should be the ideal word count? So for me, 35k words and above. I already mentioned it 30 to 50k previously, but I just want to reiterate the point. So I used to recommend 10k words, and it has its merits. Nevertheless, it would be extremely difficult to imagine selling 100,000 copies and be on the news from a 10k words book. Minimally of 35,000 words, have some thickness on it, and also about 3 hours plus, which will be beneficial for your audiobook in ACX. So I mentioned previously that you don't want to care about the audio typing, but again, this is just a bonus, it's just icing on the cake. So if you have a audiobook that requires 40,000, don't try to cheat. Don't kind of try to cheat your way through and just have 30k words and then another 10k words is another audio book or something like that. Just don't do it. So yeah, it pays huge dividends in decades to come. So I just want you to imagine when you are producing a book and you have the book cover, you have the description, you have the paperback book cover, you have the audiobook cover, you have the audiobook itself, the narration, you have the interior, the content, the number of words, etc. If you are on the news today with this book, right, and you are going to be selling 100,000 copies of it, right, how convinced are you that people will buy? In fact, how convinced would you be if you were the buyer? Would you be a raving fan of your own book or not? Because if you are not first a raving fan of your own product, other people would never be a raving fan of yours. Make sense, right? So next question, how many books do I need to make 10k per month? So I strive to aim for 5 to 10k per month minimally with each book produced now. So that's just a aim, that's just like a ballpark that I want to have. It's a good ballpark because I feel that if I can do that, then I don't mind spending 5 to 10k for each book, and it's going to be super high quality, right? Like I'm going to love it, my readers are going to love it, it's going to be like damn amazing. It's going to be like those classic that I read, and yeah, it's going to be something that is truly useful, valuable, value adding, and not just like something to help you get rich quick or something like that. So as you already know, I'm in the midst of experimenting, so stay tuned in the Facebook group. I will be posting updates every single week. And again, I'm not going to be like very active. I'm not going to reply to things every hour or so. It's going to be a waste of time if I do that. So I'm going to be just focused on what I want to do, which is creating the best self-publishing or online course. So I want to create the best online course, and I want to be the best online self-publisher. So those are my two goals, huge goals, but yeah, I mean if you can dream, why not dream big, right? Because you don't have to pay any money to dream big. So therefore, to answer your question, one book could potentially be more than enough to make 10k per month. And you don't have to be Rich Dad Poor Dad, you don't have to be the 7 habits of highly effective people, you don't have to be How to Win Friends and Influence People to have that kind of results. Those books are probably generating like $200,000 to $300,000 per month or more. It depends. I don't really know the numbers. I'm just guessing shit up and estimating all the numbers. It's probably going to be more, I feel. But yeah, if your one book adds enough value, this is your core business, and you don't have to be like a very famous guy, and you are still able to earn 10k per month, then it's a good business. So yeah, one book is more than enough. My ideology and my philosophy totally changed, which is why I didn't create a course, because now I feel that this is the right way to do things. And so to answer the question, one book is more than enough. And so this is the end. Publish with integrity, intelligence, and energy. And with that, all the best, crush it, and stay safe. Thank you everyone. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please share it with your friends.